The Welch's method is also known by the name averaging modified periodograms here. So the advantages of the earlier three methods that we have already learned, the periodogram method, the modified periodogram method, and the Bartlett's method, have been taken so that the Welch's method is here. So the Welch method has been in practice after its proposal in the year 1967, and this method has been essentially derived by having two modifications into the earlier method that we have already addressed into the 8th topic, that it is the Bartlett's method here. There are two modifications. The first modification can be to allow the discrete time sequence that generally we represent x suffix I as a function of n to have overlapping, and another is that to have the data window that generally we denote w as a function of n that has been used into the modified periodograms and that are here for the purposes of averaging the each sequence by applying this particular data window to them. So now moving further, for the Welch method, it is the assumption that the successive sequences are offset by capital D points and that each sequence is having the length denoted by capital L points. Then the ith sequence for the discrete time representation can be given with the help of this mathematical expression. So here we have x suffix I as a function of n in terms of x as a function of n plus I times d here. So here the main role is of the factor d that we have called to be the offset point here, whereas we describe the discrete time index n to be holding the values 0, 1, 2 and so on up to capital L minus 1, where capital L is the another important factor in this representation, which is nothing but the length of the discrete time sequence here. So with the help of this representation, if we go for the computation of amount of overlap between the original representation x suffix I of n and x suffix I plus 1 as a function of n, so it will be capital L minus d points, and if we have capital K sequences to cover the entire n data points, so in that situation we can give the capital N to be the summation of the total length of the x suffix I as a function of n, that it is capital L, with that of d multiplied to k minus 1 here. So here if we can take one example having no overlapping, so that time we can say that the offset point capital D is equal to the entire length of the discrete time sequences capital L. So D is equal to L. So in that case we can have K is equal to capital N by L sections of the length capital L as into the previous method that we have seen as the Bartlett's method in our 8th topic here. So on another side, if the sequences that have been allowed with the modifications as suggested into this Welch's method to have overlappings by 50%, we can have the relation between capital D and capital L as D is half of L. So D is equal to L by 2. So that time we can have capital K given by, we have twice the ratio of n upon capital L minus n. So these many sections of the length capital L we shall be obtaining, and the maintenance of the same resolution with respect to the previous method that we have seen, that it is the Bartlett's method, will double the number of modified periodograms that are averaged. So it will be resulting with the reduced variance value here. However, if we have the 50% overlap, we can also form K is equal to, here we see the ratio capital N divided by L minus 1 here. So in this particular case, the discrete time sequences will be of the length twice L. So this increases the resolution, whereas the same variance value as in the previous method that we have seen, the Bartlett's method will be maintained here. Now next to that, as we have the Welch's method in order to have the power spectrum estimation here. So the representation of the corresponding power spectrum estimated density here can be by capital P cap suffix W here. So here the representations vary with the variation into the suffix representation here. So for periodogram method for power spectrum estimation, we write capital P cap suffix PER in small casing. So it is of course as a function of e to the power j omega. For the modified periodograms, to the suffix of capital P cap we use capital M. For the Bartlett's method, capital P cap is having the suffix capital B. Now here it is W for the case of Welch's method. And now in terms of the discrete random process, discrete time random process x of n, we have the computation of this power spectrum density estimation. Estimation is represented by simply the cap over the head of capital P. So it is by 1 upon capital K as we have computed in the previous cases, in multiplication to capital L into capital U with the summation operated by the index variable I is equal to 0 to capital K minus 1 over the mod square of the summation of n is equal to 0 to capital L minus 1, having the W of n, that is the window to represent the modified periodograms that we are supposed to average out in this method here. So W of n is multiplied, it is applied to x of n plus I times d here, where d is the offset point as discussed, and in the same we have the multiplication by the exponential e to the power, it should be minus j times n into omega here. So this is the representation in terms of the random process x of n here. Now in terms of the modified periodograms also, we can express the Welch's power spectrum estimation by this formulation. So in this formulation we have capital P cap suffix W as a function of e to the power j omega computed by 1 upon k summation, the index variable I ranges from 0 to capital K minus 1, and here we have the substitution. So this is nothing but the power spectrum estimation from the modified periodogram method here. So here it is represented capital P cap suffix M to represent modified periodogram. Here we have the ith value here, and it is of course the function of e to the power j omega here. Now both the representations for the power spectrum estimations by the Welch's method has been represented now, and now as we have already seen the performances of these power spectrum estimation techniques for the previous cases we have made with the help of certain statistical characterization as like the expected value also called as mean and further the variance. The performance of the Welch estimate can be given by the expected value. Here we have the formulation capital E, and within the curly brackets here we write the power spectrum estimate of the Welch method. So it is nothing but the estimate of the power spectrum estimate by the modified periodogram method, and that we shall obtain to the form 1 upon twice pi in multiplication to capital L and U, and this ratio is multiplied to the convolution of the power spectrum density Px as a function of e to the power j omega with that of the mod square of W as a function of e to the power j omega. So here W as a function of e to the power j omega is basically the Fourier transform. We are already discussing it from the previous techniques. So capital casing later has been represented, and as a function of e to the power j omega, of course it is Fourier transformation in the frequency domain representation, and this is for the modified periodograms here. Now along with the expected value or the mean, we require the knowledge of the variance here. So unlike the expected value or the mean, The variance computation is little bit difficult in the case of Welch method because we have the modified periodograms averaged here, and therefore for these modified periodograms we cannot have the 100% assumptions to be the sequences uncorrelated here. If we take the case of the Bartlett window and consider the 50% overlapping, the variance can be approximated with the value here we have represented the variance of the Welch power spectrum estimated approximated to 9 by 8 times 1 upon k in multiplication to the square of the power spectral density px as a function of e to the power j omega. Next to that, if for a given number of sections represented by capital A in this particular denominator, if we have the variance of the power spectrum estimate here we have for the given method will be larger than that of the previous method that we have seen, that is Bartlett's method, and this will be the difference by the factor here we have represented 9 by 8 here. Now if we have the fixed amount of data, so it will be denoted by capital N, and if we have the resolution given to us with the sequence length represented capital L as previously, and the 50% overlapping twice as many sections we can have averaged with the help of Welch's method. So this signifies the importance of the current method for power spectrum estimation. So in this particular case, the variance in terms of the length capital L and the data points capital N, we have the variance denoted here. This is the mathematical expression. We obtain the variance of the estimate capital P cap suffix W as a function of e to the power j omega approximated to, as we have said, the averaging here. So 9 by 16 in multiplication to capital L by N. Here we have the square of power spectral density px square as a function of e to the power j omega. Now in this representation we have the ratio L by N here. Now if we know that N upon L, the inverse of the same is the number of sections that are used into the Bartlett's method, the earlier one, we can get it to the new form where we write the relation between the variance of the current method power spectrum estimate, the Welch estimate here, to that of the power spectrum estimation by Bartlett's method here. So on to the left hand side we find the power spectrum estimation by Welch's method approximated to 9 upon 16 times the variance of the power spectrum estimation of the Bartlett's method here.